Good morning, everyone. So I decided I'd pop in while I had some time before my next obligation. But I had promised I was going to talk about being the bigger person. And so here we go with being the bigger person. I will apologize in advance, and I'm going to make sure that I post that some of the language in here is not suitable for children because I have to be me when I'm talking. And so sometimes I can't control that foul language when I feel so strongly about something. So, being the bigger person is a good thing in most instances. It depends on if you're really doing exactly what that is, being the bigger person. Some people's ideals of being the bigger person are for you to be more like you're kissing somebody's ass. When you know you were right and there was a disagreement or a fallout that caused you all not to speak anymore, a lot of people will try to tell you you're the oldest if it's siblings and you should do this. Or if you've been friends for so long, they try to make you be the good friend that holds the friendship together. And in that instance, I say, no, I want to be the smallest person I can be, so small that I'm practically invisible. Now, a normal circumstance of being the bigger person is, let's take a work instance where you and your team couldn't agree on something at that point in time, something for, or some, just anything out of the ordinary, or something regarding work that you all were discussing in a meeting and trying to come to common grounds on. If the whole group of you can't agree on anything, then yes, that's great. Be the bigger person and say, okay, those are the ideas that we've thrown out here. None of us can seem to agree on them. So let's see, can we come up with some more ideas since those seem not to be agreeable? That's actually being the bigger person. You're stepping up, being bigger than the group, bigger than the majority, and creating something new for you all to discuss and work on. You can be the bigger person at any type of function where there's multiple people supposed to be working together and you see there's an issue. One person has a thing with control. They feel like they have to be more in control. You might say the very same thing that they said, but it doesn't make any sense until it comes out of their mouth. You can be the bigger person and step out of the way. And I'm just throwing out names here and say, you know what? Elaine is right. Let's do that. Even though you had already stated what Elaine stated. But because Elaine is one of those that if Elaine says it, it's great, then be the bigger person and let Elaine have it, because overall, you're getting through with the assignment that you have and you're getting to move on with your day. That's actually being the bigger person. But I'm going to repeat again, if there's some type of fallout or disagreement, you were big enough to want to discuss it and the other person was not able to have a grown up discussion regarding it, then no, you shouldn't kiss their ass and come back and constantly apologize when you were right and they just didn't want to listen to you. There's a lot of people that run through the world now saying how grown they are or how adult they are. And I'm going to throw another one out here, how Christian they are. And they're none of the sort. Their age might make them considered grown because they're 18 or over. They might show up in church every Sunday. That doesn't make them a Christian. It's if you're actually following what you're reading. Just fellowshipping in church? No, ma'am. No, sir. Because you're a deacon? No, ma'am. No, sir. No, 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 and no. You should be living your life to such. There are very few people who are going to do that. You will be amazed and shocked as to how so many people that are holding positions in churches. But I guess we won't be or shouldn't be anymore, because we're seeing how pastors and deacons are being called out and shown more on social media not being anything near what God has called them to be, since they state that they were called to be those things. They're nothing like that. Um, I am 50, And can you believe it? So many people are still playing with me like I'm 5 plus 0. I want to tell you a lot of things that can get people in trouble and make you want to be the bigger person or cause you to be the bigger person is actually these apps like Facebook. People hide behind Facebook. They're one way on Facebook, definitely totally different in person. And then people work so hard. I can give you, for instance, it happened to me. So a person worked so hard to lie to me, which I had figured out they were lying ahead of time, but they forgot that this little blue app that they use it and tell all of their business. So I want to tell you something. When you go through the trouble of blocking someone from a post, unnecessary, especially if you forget that you all have common friends. So if you all have common friends and that other person sees it, well, they are going to come back and tell the friend, or they can find out. Because, see, I have a big mouth. When somebody asks me something, I'm going to answer. And then I come to assumptions about a lot of different things because of what I know about people. So when people don't respond to me or they don't answer me, well, I've already come up with a conclusion of what happened. And believe you me, when it's somebody that I feel close enough to speak to, I'm going to tell them, well, this happened and this is what I think happened. To be a big person would be for you to admit when you're wrong, to be able to sit down and listen to the things that somebody feels you did wrong. And therefore, if you didn't mean it the way that they took it, you didn't mean it the way that it came out, you're able to explain yourself. A lot of people just want to get something in their head that was not meant the way that it was said, but because they feel like that's what the meaning was, they go with that. They don't allow someone else to understand. That's being a very small person. Because I say a lot of stuff quick, fast, and in a hurry. And sometimes it just comes out wrong. Definitely not the way that I meant for it to come out. And if I did mean for it to come out, if you ask me, I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. That's how I meant it. Because if it was, it was. Nothing to do with that. It is what it is. It's not what it's not. Life is too short right now to go around and not love on people who love on you. Life is too short to waste your time on people who really don't give a damn about you. I said it before and I'm going to repeat it again today. In a lot of people's lives, I'm that person / that friend that's there when times are rough, times are hard. I've had so many people that ran to me when they were broke. And no, they weren't asking me for money, but whatever they might have needed. I'm talking about people who might not have had anything to eat. They know that they could come to my house and eat. Might not have had a ride. They knew that they could come to me and get a ride. Might have been depressed because of financial situations, not having a job, whatever the case is. Well, then I was their best friend. I was the person they talked to every day. I have a hard time understanding how people choose friends because I'm like this. If I'm ashamed to tell you if I'm going through a hard time, well, I'm not going to deal with you on a good time if I feel like I can't let you know that I've had a hard time. Some successful people were not always successful. Some rich people were not always rich. So my thing is, if I can't deal with you no matter what's going on with me, then I can't deal with you at all. And I'm not going to. It is I don't understand people. I don't understand how people that you're embarrassed to let them know your life is not the best, how that's considered your best friend, and you can watch them flock around. As long as everything is good, they'll be around certain people, but those people never knew that they had a hard time. To me, that's not friends. I'll never understand it. And again, I've been here 50 plus years, and please believe me when I say nobody has to work hard to hide anything from me, to lie to me. If there's something that you don't want to do with me, you don't want to invite me to, baby, don't invite me. You don't have to try to hide that you having an event, you doing something. I could care less. I can find something else to do. I'm good at being at the house. That's where I prefer to be anyway, because I'm not amongst anybody that I'm not familiar with. I'm not in an unfamiliar place. I'm not anywhere where I'm uncomfortable or around too many people. Because, see, if I get around too many fake people, then my nose starts turning up like I smell something stinking. My eyes start rolling. I go to blowing my breath, or you'll see me excuse myself from the room a lot before I start talking and saying where the fakeness is that I see. So, yeah, I'm good by myself. What I would prefer for people to do is, when you say you love yourself and you don't need anybody else, prove that. It's so many people out here that are buying friends. And when I say buying friends, they have friends that are only their friends when they're taking them out on their dime. These people never offer to take them out or for them to pay for anything. So it's people that are buying friends. Those are renter friends. They're not talking to those certain people when they have something going on in their life. They have somebody else that's there for those things that might not always take them up on, let's go out for drinks, let's go out and get something to eat, let's go here, let's go there. That person is actually truly there for them, but some people don't know the difference. I guess they're looking for little Facebook models so that they can say, I'm out here. Look at me and such out here. I could give a damn. I could really give a damn. Because when you're crying, you ain't going to say, I talked to Sarah and she gave me some good advice. Because Sarah's only your club friend, because you paid for Sarah to get in the club and bop and dance with. So again, people can have their own views on what being the bigger person is. To me, the bigger person is in instances where it's something that can come to a easy resolve, and you're actually being the bigger person by not letting something linger on and on. You can offer something new, a new option for it to be held. You all can leave me comments as to what your thoughts are as to what I stated and what you thought of how I feel about being the bigger person. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Bye.